I tell people that I am a student of in science senior high school. They say, what school is that? It's not popular. We've not seen it in science and math quiz. Why?
You're talking about science and math quiz. Gosh, let me ask you a question.
Tell me why. Don't ask me.
You see, the science and math quiz is a show.
It's a what?
It's a show. But then this school, my school, it is not for show. As a noble of this institution, you should know that the main objective or the main aim of this school is to produce nobles to correct the mistakes that those science and math quiz people are doing. In such schools, they have students that are biologically good. In terms of academics, they are biologically endowed with the knowledge. It's their field.
Those people that go for the science and math.
Yes, it's not like the teachers that make them. They are brain, the mind. They are like, it's in their blood, it's in their genes. So it's not somebody that forces them to do it, but then it's with them. They are born with it. But the school will not tell you such. The school will tell you that we have teachers that have prepared and trained our students for such courses.
That is true.
No, if that is true, then it means that GES is a biased and a failed institution.
Why?
In the sense that if it is really true, and if it is really true, then why is that GES has recruited superhuman teachers for this institution, but then recruited extremely dumb teachers for other institutions? If they say all the teachers that they are giving out write an exam, write the test, then it means all teachers should be equal, and then they should be able to produce genuinely intelligent students.
So they should be able to teach everyone to be the same.
Perfect. If you look at it clearly, then we can proudly say, I can boldly say and testify to the fact that if it is true, then it means that the teachers do not contribute to the success rate of the students. Which school can you specifically point out and say that this school has won the science and math quiz 5 times in a row without pause? Since our school is not meant for joke, our school is having a program. We are changing the name of the school to that one man, a sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
So this school is going to be changed from inside to
Kwame Nkrumah Senior High School. You see, Kwame Nkrumah was not an easy man. We want to change the name to Kwame Nkrumah because we want the name to fit the objective of the school.
Which is
to create nobles who are going to go out there and correct the mistakes that have been made by those big men. You see, when you put Ghana on a table, dissect its parts, open it up, you see that those people occupying big positions, they are the same people from those big institutions. And then they are the same people who steal, who are corrupt, stealing the money, stealing Ghana's money, building their own companies, and then they sit down and look for honest people to come and run it for them. The main objective is not to produce lazy people, not to produce corrupt students, but rather to produce people who will be able to go out there, make an impact. People who will be able to change the corrupt methods. We are not part of the story of corruption.
So I took some time to go back and watch and listen to the conversation between Goshes and Richlove Odro about the NSMQ program. Because sometimes it is easy to judge certain things if you don't know the context or the background or the build-up to the story. So I took my time to watch the video, the specifics that were mentioned in the video. And we are here to discuss the truths. We are here to discuss the controversies, and we are here to bring a holistic approach to the matter. The question on the board is NSMQ a show? If yes, what does it mean? And if no, what does it imply? And how has NSMQ impacted the educational system in Ghana? If this is your first time watching my videos, this is your future podcast. The future starts now, and this channel is here to protect the future of individuals, the future of young minds. If this is your first time watching me, kindly give me a subscription. And after watching the video for 9 to 10 minutes, this is my first and final conclusion. So in summary, what I have seen is that Richlove Odro wanted to protect her school, nothing else. She wanted to protect the image of Kwame Nkrumah Senior High School, which formerly was called Insane Senior High School. And I have no problem about that. There is nothing wrong to project your school on the map. There is nothing wrong to defend your school in any circumstance that you find yourself. But doing that at the expense of other schools or other individuals, that is where the issue is. So you can project your school, you can promote your school, you can defend your school, the image of your school in any situation. But if it has become at the expense of other schools or other institutions, that is where there is a problem. So the first question that she was asked was this: your school is not popular We have not seen your school in NSMQ. We have not seen the same SHS in NSMQ. And this was Rachel response. NSMQ is a show. My school is not for show. My school is there to produce nobles to correct the mistakes the NSMQ people are doing. So this was her first comment, which sparked the internet. I am not here to talk about her conversation involving Lamini Francisca, who graduated from primary school in the United States, or her banter with the surgeon who, posted something and then the whole internet went talking. That is not my concern. My concern is to bring balance to the NSMQ program and what people think of it. So I'm here to educate, and I'm here to show you, or I'm here to prove to you that the NSMQ is not just a show, or it is not a show in quote. It is a show, but it is not a show in quotes. My first reaction to what she said is that actually what she said, that the NSMQ is a show, that is correct. So the NSMQ program, it is a show. And it is a show because it is a quiz competition. And any competition is a show. It can be sports, it can be dance, it can be beauty pageants. Let's say Ghana was beautiful. As far as there is a place where we'll say somebody is first, somebody is second, or somebody is third, or somebody is last, it has become a show. No matter how we polish it, NSMQ is a show. NSMQ, it is a show. But it is not just a show. Every show has their category. So NSMQ is an educational show. So NSMQ is different from Ghana Most Beautiful, because Ghana Most Beautiful is there to promote tradition, culture, and even to provide entertainment. NSMQ is there to promote education, to promote the study of STEM, and as well to provide entertainment, because it comes with fun, emotions, and all of that. And she also argued that NSMQ schools have students that are biologically good. It is not the teachers that made them, they are born with it. And she is right that NSMQ students are born brilliant naturally. So they are naturally born brilliant. Biologically, they are exceptional. That is also true. That is also true. But then the fact that she said it is not the teachers that made them, that is where there is a problem. So I'll once again take it back to where she started from, that NSMQ is a show. And any show or any competition, intelligence or your biological intelligence alone is not enough to be at the highest level of it. You need trainers. You can be intelligent, but if you are not trained, because it is a show and it has a format that it follows. If you only depend on your natural or your biological intelligence, and you said you will not allow anybody to train you, you'll be intelligent. But because NSMQ has a format and procedure you follow, no matter how brilliant you are, if you don't follow the algorithm of the NSMQ, you are never going to be at the apex. And I said this because she has already said that NSMQ is a show. So I am building on that to prove to her that yes, NSMQ is a show, and you need people to train you for that particular show, even though you may be intelligent or brilliant. And there is this popular quote that says, if talent decides not to work, hard work is going to beat talent. And I'm saying it because I have also been on the stage of the NSMQ competition. And if you are brilliant and you have the teachers to train you for the NSMQ program, you always come out last. No matter what, you always come out last. If you do par, you cannot be at the highest level to compete with those who are trained, even though you may be more intelligent than them. The NSMQ program is such that the most intelligent students are not the ones that always win the contest. So if you see a preset that won it, if you see infant school that won it doesn't mean they have the most brilliant students at the moment. Their students may be brilliant, but it means they have undergone training, and it's a collaborative effort between the trainers and the intelligence of the students that produce them as winners. The same thing can be said about Ghana's most beautiful. No matter how pretty and beautiful you are as a lady, if you don't visit elders to train you on the traditions of the land, the culture of the people, you may appear beautiful on the stage of the Ghana Most Beautiful. But if you cannot deliver these things, your beauty wouldn't be recognized. So every show needs somebody to be trained, and there are people who are there to train, and their effort is also appreciated. And she also argues that if NSMQ schools or NSMQ winning schools have the best teachers to train students, then GES is a failed institution. This is very hard, but then I need to say something about this. First of all, GES may be a failed institution, but not in this regard. Okay, not in this regard as she put it. If you tell me the teachers who teach at Precept Prempen are more brilliant or are better than the teachers that teach in my school, which is category B school, I'll argue and fight with you. So people do not understand how the NSMQ is run. So for you to have a smooth NSMQ program, it goes beyond the students. It goes beyond the students. I'm telling you this because of experience. It goes beyond the students. Old students need to be part of it. Old contestants and former contestants need to be participating in the program. Schools administration should have 100% interest in the program. If any of this category of people fails to show their interest, the program won't be run smoothly, or the program can never be run smoothly. So NSMQ has nothing to do with GES not placing teachers or better teachers in category B schools. No. NSMQ program goes beyond that. It's not just teachers that do the job. The teachers have role to play, but it's not just the teachers that are doing the job on the ground. On the screen, you may see the students raising their hands, answering questions, and the teachers definitely clapping, applauding them. But it is an entire program that requires investment, that requires resources. So if the old students are not participating in the program, sometimes it comes with funding, because sometimes you need to camp students even if others are on holidays or vacations. Some teachers are paid, some are motivated by cash for them to stay and train these students so that they become better and better again. These things do not normally happen in the category B and category C schools. So no matter how brilliant the students are, and they don't have the right training, please, it has nothing to do with the better teachers. If a teacher is good and the school is not providing the platform for a teacher to train the NSMQ students, no matter how brilliant the teacher is, we will never see it. And she argues again that if NSMQ is based on training, then a school should have won it 5 times on a row. So she is also arguing that if NSMQ indeed, we say it's not just the brilliancy of the students that cause it, but it has something to do with training, then it implies that the schools that have the best trainings should always win the program, or they should have won it 5 times in a row. That is partially truth, and that is also partially false. This is to say that we are making any other factor constant and nothing is changing. The set of students being received are the same. So nothing changes. So we can say this can be true. But as far as year in, year out, students are changed, they don't have the same abilities. Definitely, if this year my school receives the top A students and that school receives students who are maybe B class, the next set, it can change. Even if all of them have says and get admission to study in 2 different schools, they don't have the same level of intelligence. And every student needs some level of training before they become the best of themselves. So these arguments or these hitbacks are just sentiments, and people just decide to have the platform to say something, which I believe everybody has the freedom of speech to say whatever they want. But most times we do not consider the heavier issues and just say things because we want our voices to be heard. And one thing that she said at last that I think the host or Goshen should have, I mean, be more neutral in the conversation, but it looks like he's already agreeing with everything that Rich Love was saying. He said top A schools keep producing corrupt leaders who steal money. And this is a heavy statement to make. And this is what I believe. If an individual will be corrupt, or our leaders who are assumed or who are corrupt, some are corrupt, those people who are corrupt, it has nothing to do with the high schools that they attended, with the universities that they attended, even with the homes that they come from. It has nothing to do with such situations. Somebody being corrupt has everything to do with personal morals and character. Some are greedy and they want to have everything for themselves. So no, school has nothing to do with somebody being corrupt or not. So this is what I think. As much as Goshes is trying to provide a platform for young ladies, for young students to explore themselves, to be vocal, for their voice to be heard without any intimidation or without any fear or shame, he should as much regulate his platform. Some of these things that they say are not always true. Some may say because maybe they are underage or immature in quotes, underage or immature in quotes, which I believe as years pass, they may come to realization that some of those things that they said them because maybe they were emotional or they carry sentiments and they wanted to project their schools on the map. So this is your future podcast. And if you like this video, kindly share it to somebody. Make sure you subscribe to this channel as we discuss matters that relates to the future of others. I'll see you in the next one.